Dude, Brad, you're not gonna believe. Like, I'm freaking out.
What's going on? Tell me.
Dude, like, there's just this strange guy that's just called me, giving me all these bunch of damn riddles, and I'm just sick of it, man. Like, I'm scared because if I answer these riddles wrong, I'm gonna blow up.
You're gonna blow up?
Yeah, man, like, it's scary. And oh shit, it's him.
Is that the guy? That's the dude? Put it on speakerphone.
Yeah, that's
Put it
the
on
guy.
speakerphone. I want to hear.
Okay, hold on. What do you want?
There's a significant amount of explosive in the trash receptacle next to you. Try to run, and it goes up now.
I'm not gonna run. This is my house. I got my Funko Pops.
That's the point. Now, do I have your attention? As I was going to St. Ives, I met a man with 7 wives. Every wife had 7 sacks. Every sack has 7 cats. Every cat has 7 kittens. Kittens, cats, sacks, and wives. How many were going to St. Ives? My phone number is 555.
Whoa, homie, I didn't get all that. Repeat it.
Not a chance. My phone number is
What? Come on.
555 and the answer. Call me in 30 seconds or die.
Dude, what am I gonna do? I don't know that.
Yeah. It's cool, dude. I'm good at this. I'm good at these kinds of things. I'll figure it out. He said 7 times 7 is 49. Let's see. 7 times 49, 343. 343. That's wives in the bat. Yeah. It's 2,401. Yeah, that's it. 2,401. That's it. That's the one.
Okay, are you sure about this?
Yeah, I'm positive. Yeah, you got the same answer, right? 2,401.
I got something like that. I'm gonna go ahead and make the call. Okay, it was
Okay, do that.
555.
Yeah,
Okay.
555-2401. You're gonna do fine.
All right.
No, wait! Bert! Damn it. I forgot about the man. It was a trick. The whole thing was a damn trick. It was just one person. I should have known that. Stupid. What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Reel Hunting, where we hunt for the good reels so you don't have to. It's your boy Brad, got the Bright Man over here, and today we are going to be freaking reviewing Die Hard with a Vengeance as a part of our Die Hard review series we've been doing. If you want to check out the rest of our Die Hard reviews that we've done, you can check them out right over here. In one of these corners, and we also have a ranking coming out here in a couple weeks, so be sure to stick around for that and subscribe so you can see that. Die Hard with a Vengeance, if you guys haven't seen it before and you want to, or you want to revisit it, you can see it on HBO Max. It is streaming there for free if you have it. If not, don't worry about it, but just wanted to let you know where you guys can locate this reel. Bert, why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. He calls me Bert. Die Hard with a Vengeance came out in 1995 and is directed by the returning who did the original Die Hard of John McTiernan, and it stars our boy Bruce Willis reprising his role as John McClane, and we're also introduced to Samuel L. Jackson and Jeremy Irons. Great cast, and I can't wait to talk about these guys.
I can't either, my friend. So what this movie is about is essentially John McClane, who we know and we love from the first 2 flicks. He's finally back in New York where he's working for once. He's the one time he's back in his jurisdiction out there tearing up the streets. Actually, he's on suspension at the beginning, but we won't get into that. He gets a mystery call from somebody. He doesn't know who it is, and he's threatening to freaking blow some shit up unless he can solve some riddles, essentially, and things divert from there and go down all kinds of crazy little storylines. We're going to get into it, Bert. What do you think about this movie? What are some of your positives?
My positives. One of the biggest positives for me about this movie is just like the kind of like the tone and the like what the direction they went with this. Instead of like it being like a full-on action movie, a suspense movie that is all just about the riddle games with Jeremy Irons' character. I love that concept for a Die Hard movie, and let John McClane just go all over the city of New York trying to solve these riddle games. Fantastic stuff. And what I also like about this movie as well is the chemistry between Zeus, which is again played by Samuel L. Jackson, and John McClane. Their chemistry with each other It's so much fun, and I have a fantastic time with them. And their jabs with each other back and forth just made me laugh the entire time. I think it's almost just as good as between John and Pal, if I'm saying that. And of course, Jeremy Irons, love him as the bad guy in this movie. And this is a spoiler alert here. He actually plays Simon Gruber, which is Hans Gruber's brother. And I, most of the time, I have issue with that, like kind of like lazy storytelling, but not in this movie. I'm actually like all approval of this approach to the story because it makes sense that Simon wants to get revenge for his brother Steph, and just between him and John and their interactions, fantastic stuff. I couldn't be more thrilled.
I agree, man. And a large part of that that villain is Jeremy Irons. He really knocked it out of the park in this flick, man. So for me, my biggest positives, first off, I love the setting of New York for the first time. It makes for freaking great action sequences, and it's done. You kind of feel some of the grittiness of New York and stuff like that in this. It does very well. I love the introduction into the movie. Like it jumps right into the action with an explosion, and then you get Simon calling the police department. He asks for John McClane this time. It's not a luck. He's not in the wrong place at the right time, or the wrong place at the wrong time, I should say. He's off suspended somewhere, not doing police work, drinking a bunch of beer and looking for aspirin. And he gets asked, by Simon to join in the fun. So I like that. It's a different spin from what we've seen thus far. And it was cool. It was a good way. It was well written, I think. And I like when you first see John as well. He's separated with Holly now. You can tell that he's just not like he's struggling at work. He's almost an alcoholic. They're all good points for, I think, a point for him. They're all good attributes, I think, that he would probably have, considering everything he's been through. So I love that. And yeah, the whole thing where he's just looking for aspirin throughout the whole movie, I think that's gold. I'm having a really bad damn hangover right now.
Weren't you listening? Yeah, I was listening to hear me fucking wrong with you. Well, besides having a bad fucking hangover for one thing.
And then like you said, you mentioned Zeus already. I love Zeus. The introduction to him when he's talking to the two kids in his shop, and he has a great introduction where you can kind of see what this character has to offer right off the bat. And then you have crazy Bruce out there, crazy John outside with this little sign, which we won't get into, but his reaction to that was great. Going out there and talking to him and getting that whole thing rolling. And I just loved their meeting for the first time. And then right after that whole sequence at the beginning, Zeus, he's talking to Simon on the phone. He said, "You can take," what did he say? You can take your well-laid plane right up your well-laid ass." So right off the bat, like you can tell Zeus has some of the same charisma and the same quips and the same wit that John McClane does. So they're gonna they're gonna have a great time together, and they do. Their chemistry is phenomenal, like you said. And I like the idea of adding a partner to John. The first two movies, he's been off on his own the whole time. Like he's had few people, people to help him out and stuff, like Al Pal and the dude from the second one. But he's never had somebody where he's running through the whole plot line with, and I thought that was pretty cool. And the moments they have together with the riddles and stuff, it's gold, dude. The 7 wives thing, the water jug thing, all that stuff. They're bantering back and forth. Beautiful stuff. And then lastly, I'm sorry, I keep going. It's a great flick, but there's a lot of great action sequences in this, like the subway scene, the Central Park scene with the taxi. Freaking love that. You got explosions on Wall Street that were done really well. And the elevator scene where Bruce freaking just he kills everybody. It's like Captain America and Winter Soldier.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Yeah, dude, that's exactly what that reminded me of when I saw that. I was like, dude, this is where Captain America got this scene. Exactly,
dude. It's gold, dude. Great action sequence too, man. Like the effects there, all the effects were fantastic. And I love the character Katya, I think. Katya. I don't know her name. It's the blonde girl with the blades. When she slices that dude up, that was freaking brutal, dude. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
And then another one. Yeah, another one was the wire kill on the boat at the end when the freaking wire comes in and splits the dude in half.
Oh, dude, I was not seeing that coming.
I didn't either, but I was freaking laughing after it came out of nowhere. Yeah, it was. But yeah, I mean, overall, that's pretty much everything. I mean, I could keep talking about how much I like the movie and stuff, but those are the bigs for me, man. Anything else you want to add? You want to jump over to the mixed category?
No, like that elevator scene. I just love the quote that John McClane said in there, like looking for his lucky numbers.
Hey, what was the lottery number last night? Huh? You guys play lottery? No?
Oh, yeah, the lottery numbers, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I think that's when you start kicking serious ass. But yeah, man, just like a lot of positives in this movie for sure.
Yeah, for sure, no doubt, dude. I love it, man. And of course, you mentioned the villain. I mean, he was fantastic. He was.
Yeah,
he wasn't
definitely more
Han's
memorable than the last one.
No doubt, no doubt. That's all for me, man. You want your show now, my friend?
Okay. I say let's go to some of the. Do you have any mixed aspects?
I do. One thing I didn't. This movie's set. It's not set at Christmas time. It's set in the fall. The kids are still in school, but yet there's this running gag throughout the whole movie with Christmas jokes, and where John's like, "Oh yeah, did you see the big fat Santa Claus? All this stuff. He had 7 reindeer." I can't remember the quote. Obviously, I'm bullshitting you guys, but there was that.
Over looking for some aspirin.
Yeah, and then and Simon says something about Santa Claus earlier, and then there you get the Partridge in the Pear Tree. All that just keeps going on, but it's not at Christmas, so it doesn't really make sense. But at the same time, it's nice little callbacks to the first 2 movies. So I don't hate it. It's just a little weird. But that's all for me on that category.
I got you, man. Well, I had like one little like mixed aspects. Like I'm not sure how like I truly feel about it. I feel like to me this had like less action. Yeah, it still had its like typical action for where you can call it an action movie, but I feel like it focused more on the riddles and stuff. Just like about like the chase, like the creating that suspense. That's why I'm giving it a pass here, because they're not really as focused on the action. They're more focused on the thrills and the suspense and the riddles, whether they can make it in time and solve those riddles. So that was a little bit of a mixed aspect for me.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I like the riddles quite a bit. I think that's when the movie's the strongest is that first act, that first maybe 2/3 of the movie when they're doing the riddles and stuff and they're driving around trying to figure it, and they don't know what Simon's identity is yet. Once they go, and we'll get into the negatives. I'll talk about this in the negatives a little bit. So, do you have anything else here?
No, that's pretty much all I have. I got pretty much just one negative for me, really. That just really stood out to me.
What is it, my friend?
And that negative for me, and that's pretty much like I really honestly have a problem with all of the Die Hard movies I've noticed so far, and this one in particular, it's just a long movie. Like I understand, like what they were offering to us is great stuff, but it's just a long movie, and just I kind of like lost. I didn't say I lost interest in the movie, but like that middle act, just to me played out way longer than it needed to. I feel like if you just include the first act and the third act, that was a brilliant movie all on its own. That's just like my little negative that I have in it.
I agree with that. That's pretty much where all my negatives stem from. Is kind of what you're saying. First, I mean, I thought the Simon plot, like his villain plot, was a little complex. Now, at the beginning of it, he's gold. It's a perfect movie up until you get to the Federal Reserve building and they do their heist, and then it kind of falls apart for me at that point.
That's kind of like where it lost. That's where it lost me a little bit too.
Yeah, because the ending gets complex. It goes from a revenge movie to a heist. Okay, cool. But then it's like, oh no, we're gonna blow up the gold, and then it's like, oh psych, it's actually a heist again. It just keeps going. It keeps changing. It gets a little bit too over the top with how much ambition they were putting into that, I guess. Which kind of throws me back a little bit, because I thought the movie was the strongest, like I said, when they were doing small scale They're doing the riddles and they're trying to figure out what's going on. And I didn't mind the twist of making Simon Gruber the brother of Hans. But I just, I wish they would have kind of focused in a little bit more on that and not done. It gets kind of crazy there with the motivation, because you really don't know. So that, to me, it does draw the third act out a little bit more than it needs to. I think you could that whole sequence when they're on the ship. Now, there's some entertaining moments there, but that whole sequence when they're tied up in there, you can cut that out of the movie entirely, and it almost doesn't change at all. The only reason that's there is to blow up the bomb, and I think you could have kept the bomb in the school and diffused it or something like that. But I guess they wanted a big explosion for the movie, so like, we got to blow this thing up.
Yeah, I thought it was like the bomb was going to explode at the school. I really thought that was legit going to happen, and I was extremely disappointed when it turned out to be a fake.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I just, I would have rather have kept it there. The boat scene, that just at that point is when it felt it started to drag for me. Is when they get on the boat and then they buck out of the boat, and yeah.
Yeah, and what else too? If they would have kept it in the school, there is more at stake because you have children's lives at stake. What do you really have in stake on a boat?
No stakes. Just John and
just keep it at I agree with you. Keep it at the school because that would, to me, had a more suspenseful impact on the film.
I think so too. Yeah, and then because at that point, the only person at stakes is John and Samuel, and they're not going to die, so that you don't feel any suspense from that. It's just it was there just for an explosion. And then lastly, in negatives, I think the villains, the Simon Gruber and his lady Katya, they were disposed of way too easily, I think. It was just like, okay, here we go. Oh no, I'm going to Yippee Ki Yay, explosion, and they're gone. I would have liked to see Katya utilized a little bit more. She was great. She was really badass, and I would have liked to see a fight sequence between her and Bruce, kind of like we do in Live Free or Die Hard. Yeah. I think that would have been cool, and then maybe he takes her out, and then he gets up to Simon, and they do the thing. I just thought they were taking out a little bit too easy, because for such good villains, they were just blown away. But that's it, man. That's it. Other than that, I really enjoy the movie. That's the few problems I have with it.
Yeah, and I'm kind of glad you mentioned the easy death of the villain, because it's as they were just wrapping up with the movie right before they quit production or the filming of it, they're probably just thinking oh shit, we forgot to film the kill of the villain, so let's rush through all this real quick.
That's what it seemed like. It was like a epilogue almost. It's like the movie ended, and then okay, let's resaddle the freaking cavalry and head out there and blow these guys away, and then they did that, and it was over like that. I'm like, I would have liked to see that more drawn out. And I think you could have skipped the boat sequence and went straight to that and had that a little bit better, laid out better, I think. But yeah, nonetheless, it was a good time. You ready to score this bad boy, my friend?
Dude, I am so ready to score this, son. Do you want me to go first?
Go ahead.
All right, I will. I'm going to go ahead and give this a 4 out of 5. It was just a very great time. The first half of the movie, the first third of the movie, the beginning third, fantastic. Nothing wrong with it. Got me super invested. And then the second act just kind of dragged a little bit. And then the third act was strong. And I just have a great time with this movie, and I can't wait to revisit this movie a lot.
Me neither, my friend. I will also give it a 4.0 out of 5, just for all the reasons you just said.
Absolutely. So what kind of trip are we going to go on with this movie?
We're going to go on a dang trip to the Tosche station to pick up some power converters.
You're damn right we are. So that would mean for us that you go out and buy this movie. We really suggest that.
Abso-freaking-lutely, man.
So, Brad, I got one last question to wrap this video up.
Go ahead, ask away.
What do you all think about Die Hard 3? Are you like us and you really love this movie and just have a fantastic time with it? Or are you on the other side that you just didn't quite enjoy the riddles and you just wanted to see more John McClane kick some ass and some action style stuff? let us know in that comment section down below, and let's just get that discussion rolling. We enjoy having these discussions with you.
Right you are, Ted. And if you want to help us find the good reels, you can do so by finding us on Facebook, Instagram, Letterboxd, Twitter, Spotify, and Apple freaking Podcasts for the long episodes.
Yeah, absolutely. Be sure to check us out on those social media accounts. And very importantly, be sure to like our video, subscribe to our channel. We are on that quest of 100 for not only to see our boy Matt Fauci rap, but Filthy Dan has also offered to rap for us too when we hit that 100 sub. So please do that. And plus, it helps out our channel so we can continue with this amazing content. And be sure to stay tuned to our channel as well as visit our Die Hard review series that we've already did 1 and 2. 3 will be included in our playlist. And we also have a ranking video coming up after we do the review series of Die Hards 4 and 5.
Right you are, and we will see you guys next time.
Oh, I gotta get it. Here we go. See you guys.
Yippee Ki Yay.
Mother.